Well, welcome everybody to our call, Why You Need These Drops. My name is Michelle McCay, and I am calling actually from Oxford, Mississippi. I'm actually home this week. So, we are going to be talking tonight about why exactly you need these drops. And I'm going to share my passion for the drops. And then Cynthia is going to share why you need these drops. I'm sad to report that Todd Rowland cannot be on tonight. He is in a meeting in Georgia, and I think got a little surprised with the crowd. And so he is unable to join us tonight. So we're going to get started. So, y'all, my story started 29 years ago when my mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's at 55 and died at 62. And the reason why that is so significant is because about 10 years later, I started having brain fog. And so I was 45 years old. And none of the doctors knew exactly why I was having brain fog. They thought it was a little too soon for menopause, but they certainly didn't think I had Alzheimer's. But what do you think I thought? I sure thought I did. And so, lo and behold, they started me on things like Wellbutrin, and that kept the brain fog at bay for just a few weeks at a time. It would always come back. And then they started me on hormone replacement therapy, thinking maybe you're going through perimenopause. So maybe that's why the brain fog is haunting you at this stage. So 14 years of brain fog, y'all, and you can imagine. I was very, very fearful because it always came back. So one day when it came back with a vengeance, as I was driving down the road, and I truly did not know where I was going. So I pulled over and called my best friend, Miss Cynthia Bolden, who is not only my prayer partner, but a trusted herbalist and nutritionist. And I said, Cynthia, you got to help me. I feel like I've got Alzheimer's. She said, girl, you don't have Alzheimer's. If y'all know Cynthia, you don't have Alzheimer's in the name of Jesus, but I've got something for you that's going to make you have the focus of a 20-year-old. And I said, well, I need the focus of a 20-year-old. So lo and behold, within 3 days, I kid you not, within 3 days, the brain fog was gone, but the fear was not. Because as you can recall, this had been a 14-year journey and it always came back. But once we started with the hormone balancing drops, I noticed a huge difference in my brain
And
fog.
I've got a bunch of stuff from
No
whenever I was
longer coming
working
back.
over the road. I mean, I got
1 second. Let me find who that is. I can't find them. Cynthia, can you help me? I've got everybody muted, so I'm not sure why it's coming through, but there we go. So I still wasn't sure that the brain fog was gone. But fast forward to a day of a super Saturday in January of 2023, exactly a year after I had started on the amazing products with Partner Co. And this is what I heard Todd Rowland say. Top researchers are now saying that type 3 diabetes or insulin resistance in the brain is the leading cause of Alzheimer's. Y'all, I could have fallen out of my seat because all I could feel was sheer shame. I felt so ashamed that I didn't have this information 29 years ago for my precious mother and that we could have prevented Alzheimer's for her, because we know these hormone balancing drops help correct the insulin resistance. And therefore, I knew that I had already started some great prevention in my body for Alzheimer's. So even though we couldn't help my mom 29 years ago, we sure as heck can get these drops in the hands of billions and help so many people in my mom's honor. So that is why I am so very passionate about getting these drops in the hands of billions, because we know that this corrects the insulin resistance. So we know once the hormones are balanced and the insulin resistance is corrected, then visceral fat can be released and that we can help keep people or help prevent them from getting things like diabetes and heart disease and strokes and Alzheimer's. So not only have I lost 9 pounds and 9 inches, all that belly fat that was indicative of insulin resistance in my life, I am free of brain fog and I am free of the fear of Alzheimer's. So that's my passion of why you got to have these drops. And so, Cynthia, please share your reason for why we got to get these drops in the hands of billions as well. So welcome, Cynthia Bolden.
All right. Thank you, Michelle. All right. Hello to everyone. It's always exciting about talking about these drops. So if you are already on the drops or this is your first time and somebody invited you to this call, welcome, welcome, welcome. So I want to go over the drops a little bit because we never want to assume that people know, okay? Because we don't necessarily know who started the drops, and I'm going to take it a little different direction a little bit. I'm going to kind of invite you in my world a little as I'm in a atmosphere in a storefront where I'm helping and talking to people constantly about their bodies. Okay, with our drops, our homeopathic drops, dropper 1 and dropper 2, that comes alongside with actually a um a book with instructions and an approved food list. So really quick, my passion for the drops, I'm going to read you a quote and then I'm going to talk about drops 1 and 2. And I really believe this will help you see and probably can use it as we go along getting these drops in the hands of billions. So listen to this quote by Thomas Edison. You've already heard it, I'm sure, but I think it's so important to remind ourselves whether we been on the drops for a long time or whether we just started this week, or maybe you have not started and want to start. And for those of us that really are running a race to get it in the hands of billions, listen to this quote by Thomas Edison. The doctor of the future will give no medication, but will interest his patients in the core of the human frame with diet and in the cause and prevention of disease. Could that not be a better quote for our drops? Something that will actually go in to a cellular level and help the body bring itself in balance. So many times, a lot of us that's on the front line of the drops, we hear all types of questions. Can I take it with this? Can I take it with that? This is what I tell people, and this will help us remember. If you look at the back of the box, it's going to give us warning, but what it says, the only persons or people that they do not advise to take these drops is the nursing mother and the expected mother. That's it. So when people ask us the questions, can I take the drops on my this or my that? As of to date, an appropriate, and I probably should say, consult your physician. So I have to watch that. Consult your physician. But Partner Co. didn't say that. So maybe I believe that's the way that could go. So it'll ease your mind because we're not here. I'm so thankful that the drops are not baking in Granny's kitchen. These were actually scientifically proven. Droppers 1 to have a homeopathic blend to help the body come in balance as far as hormones, to help release visceral fat, to cause metabolic dysfunction to come in order. Metabolic dysfunction, here's some clues. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, high blood sugar, elevated, like really thick in the waist, over 35 for women, over 40 plus for men. Little areas that we can check and see, not sleeping well. All of these things where people are kind of like, oh, I guess that's with age. Well, my thing is, I say, let's get older. Let's just not age. Let's take the number. The number is the gift. Let's just leave the other stuff to the side. And sometimes I do my best work with a skeptic. I don't have a problem with people wanting to know the answer because this is well documented and proven. And I kind of like this. I showed this last week and I'm going to keep showing it. This book by Dr. Strand, he's over our wellness council. And I just like what he says so much, that supplementation was not to get rid of disease. That's not what it was about. It was made for the body to create health. Is that awesome? So dropper 2, we have dropper 1. So this dropper goes under the tongue 3 times a day, right before breakfast, lunch, dinner, your 3 largest meals. We call it liquid discipline. Also, 10 minutes later, we follow it up with dropper 2 with 2 times a day. but preferably breakfast and lunch. Why do we do that? Because it's adaptive herbs that cause the body, I call them the wake up herbs. Methyl B12 is in there. So that's the absorption B12 that actually goes in the cell. We don't look for energy from the outside. The body wants to produce energy all the time, but it must be in a safe, balanced environment for it to do that. And I just think it's so awesome to have a product like Slenderize along with our approved food list, because remember, it's not a don't list, it's a do list. It is a do list to say, hey, lower, in other words, the alkalinity diet that says, okay, we're going to put the body in position to create a balance so the body does not spike insulin, because that's not what we want. We want to keep the body in a position where it can constantly repair itself, right? So we're going to take this low glycemic diet. We're not going to fight against it. We're not going to say, oh, the drops will help with cravings. The drops will help you want to drink more water. We're going to get our water in, get our drops in, the approved food list. And let me just say this, we don't talk a lot about it on this call, but let's throw it in. There are supplements alongside, like our protein powders, our powder boosts, our giving greens that work alongside to help nourish our body, because a lot of times a nourished body is not a craving body. So remember that. If that craving is there, what is your body really saying? It's saying, would you please give me some nourishment? So what an opportunity to create such an environment in our body, not to fix our body, but to absolutely feed our body. You have the keys to feed your cells with these wonderful products that we have. So we just want to always remind ourselves, and I want to encourage you right before Michelle comes, if you are on this call and been a brand partner, and so many times you hear, what about the drops? Will it do this? Will it do this? Will it do this? Help people to understand that you have something in your hand to help them to empower their body by taking it. Let them know, I want your story. Take these drops. First box, probably discipline, seeing a few changes. Second box is like, okay, eyes now are kind of highlighting. The body is saying, okay, I feel safe to start repairing. Third month is kind of like, wow. So whatever it is, I love this. I've lost nearly 40 pounds using the drops. Thanks, Tammy. That is awesome. So just remember, we're all unique and different. That's the beautiful part about us. But always remember that our cells are waiting and looking for us to make them do and feel better. So again, we don't fix it, we feed it. And always remember that we have healthy and happy cells, and Slenderize helps us to really bring this into balance. Remember, I have healthy and happy cells, and thanks to these products, I am on a mission along with you and all of our friends in this beautiful company and all of our guests. We're on a mission to be a lifestyle partner from teenage to our golden and older years, because we will take the number, but we'll leave the aging out of it. So right back to you, Michelle.
Awesome job, Cynthia. Thank you so much for sharing that. And y'all, it is just so amazing to see in the chat people sharing how much weight they have lost, and how many inches they've lost. Thank you for sharing that. I'm trying to see one last one. I have lost 7 pounds in the last 2.5 months and lost 3 inches. I have lost inflammation in my belly, sleep well, and feel amazing. And then a couple others, I'm down 2 dress sizes so far, and one lost 77 pounds, Deneen Majors. Wow, that is awesome. Kat Dugan has released 38 pounds, 17 inches, and 4 dress sizes. Tammy Hooks has lost nearly 40 pounds using the drops. And so I love everything that I am seeing. I am so thankful for all of those amazing results. And seems like there was one question that I didn't see. Do you also take meds for diabetes? Somebody said they had type 2. Now, a lot of people will get started on the drops when they already have had a diagnosis of diabetes. Okay. So we don't treat, cure, or diagnose, but I do believe that certain things like diabetes or pre-diabetes or even Alzheimer's can be prevented or possibly reversed in terms of diabetes, because we know if you are correcting the insulin resistance, and if that's the leading cause of Alzheimer's, then what will that tell you? That you are going to prevent Alzheimer's. But there may be some other products that we need to add to your regimen so that you are absolutely certain that we can prevent Alzheimer's in your life. So that is what we say, and we don't, like I said, we don't treat, cure, or diagnose, but I am fully confident in myself. And I feel like I can say that I feel very confident I'm preventing Alzheimer's in my life because of feeling amazing, no brain fog for a year and a half. And so we just want to hear your testimonies as well. So we're just so thankful. So if somebody brought you on this call tonight, you are a guest or you've been on the drops, you have a couple of options. So you can either, number one, continue to buy retail from whoever you've bought your drops from. I would not suggest that because you are already getting great results. You're already seeing some amazing changes and benefits in your life. And chances are you're not done. You haven't seen your goals yet, and you're going to need another 3 to 4 to 6 months. So I would suggest, number two, that you save on your drops. And so you're going to be reaching out to the person who invited you and let them know which number you are. So number two is you're going to save. So you have an option of enrolling with us, joining with our membership of $29.95, or if you're in Canada, $37.95, and getting your drops at a discount. Or you have option number three of also doing that same membership, but taking another step and saving and earning. So most people, as you are saving and you're on this journey and you've lost 40 pounds, or this other person that's lost 100 pounds, don't you want to share it with other people? There is no doubt when we have had amazing results, and just like my story of learning about prevention of Alzheimer's, don't you know, I want to share it with everybody I know. But isn't it amazing that I can earn while I'm sharing it? So if you're that option number three, that you want to save and earn because you truly want to serve other people and you want to help them in their bodies, then you're number three. But there's one more option. Number four means you want to save and earn fast. We have an amazing system that we teach you guys that you can truly put $1,500 or more in your pocket if you earn at the maximal commissions. Okay. So we want to be able to share that with you, but we want you to save and earn fast is number four. So get back with the person who brought you on this call. Let them know whether you're a 1, 2, 3, or 4. And then if you, the brand partner, invited some folks on this call, please reach out to them and let them know which one are you after this call. So I just pray that you guys were blessed by this information tonight, and that you see that Cynthia and I and every person on this call surely wants to help change your life. I truly believe that these products can be life-changing if you will allow it. But it takes us both, because sometimes walking this journey with somebody that's walking through a time in their life where they're scared, like I was. Had I not had Cynthia to walk this journey with me, I'll tell you the truth, I'm not sure I would have had the confidence that I have that these products have really worked in my life. But she walked it with me and she said, let's keep doing this. Let's keep doing that. Let's stay on the approved food list. Let's drink plenty of water. So she was a coach for me. So oftentimes when we're walking this journey with folks that we bring on these drops, we're often a coach and an encourager. And isn't that a blessing? So I just thank you all for being on this call. Get back to the person who invited you. And I pray that you have an amazing Monday night, and hope that you all will give us some 3s and 4s so that we can help you save and earn, and everybody have an amazing night. Good night, y'all.